This is a cornfield over by North English. It was planted, what day, Matt, did you say?
23rd.
23rd of April.
Correct.
Got at least 2 or 3 inch rain after it was planted. It's quite a bit of pressure coming out. A lot of different things going on. Matt put some flags out. We got anywhere from probably 22 to 25, 27. Stand, you can see there's quite a bit of holes, quite a bit of runts. Looks great down the road, but not that great when you look at it. Matt can give you a little more insight of what he saw when he came out here and what it looked like trying to come out.
Just a little idea here is that what we're struggling with is whether this was a replant or not, based on the fact that a number of these plants had leafed out underground and the stalk had pushed through the soil. So we came out and flagged these. You wanted to write them off, but yet they were trying so hard, we wanted to give them a chance.
Yeah.
So we thought, let's see what we can learn. Flagged them out and have come back to observe how they finally emerged and what they turned into, what they might contribute to the yield in this particular crop.
So looking at this, Matt, when you came out here to put these flags out, what would you have said these would have done?
I would have written off, this plant was pretty well through and showed that it was going to come through. These were curled underground and yellow. Every leaf on the outer part, you can see some of that curling yet where it was still
pinned down in the ground there.
Yeah, that was what all of the upper leaf material looked like.
So you would have said that green one was, you couldn't even, nothing was coming up.
At best a weed.
But it was crusted off and there was nothing came out of the ground yet.
It had just shown a little green from the stalk coming
okay.
through, but none of the coleoptile had never gotten through.
Yeah, that's crazy. And then these were coming through, but
this one was in a similar situation. The green flag here was in a very similar situation to this plant.
Yeah.
This plant looked like it had a pathway out.
Okay.
Which is why he's flagged differentially.
Yeah, and I would say they look the same now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm really surprised at how they came together.
What do you think went into those coming out and being okay?
You know, I think we needed that sun pull. You know, we obviously had to have some moisture in there to kind of soften that crust because it was hard.
Yeah.
But that sun was enough to pull that energy, put enough energy in to actually break through eventually. I'm just surprised how much of the plant has cleared.
Yeah, I am too. And then, I mean, I would say those aren't even going to be runts. This one might be a runt, but these two are going to be just fine. And
yeah,
I think it's just crazy what these things can go through, and just shows you how important it is to put some flags out and come back and look and learn what you can get away with and what you can't, and really how bad it's got to be to replant corn.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we'd have probably thought had to start over.
Yeah, like you said, we're still at 25 to 27 out here across the field. I think he's still got a good shot at some good yield potential as opposed to the 2 weeks later that he would have had to start over.
Yeah, I agree. So. And yeah, I mean, we still got pretty good yield potential, and this guy's happy, and got some good data. So thank you, Matt.
You bet.
Came to another example here. We got 4 or 5 in a row that were all on the same path. Matt's going to explain what he saw here and what he's doing.
Yeah, much like the previous, you know, we had really tough emergence here across this entire stretch. It looked like nothing was going to survive out of these 6 plants that you see here documented. Really impressed with how uniform 5 of the 6 still managed to make it through. Once again, they were leafed out underground, trying to work their way through. We do see an example of what happens here when one doesn't make it. So that is what I expected every one of these to look like.
Yep.
And yet somehow 5 out of 6 look like they can still contribute.
I agree, and this one would have been coming up.
Yeah.
That maybe VE when he came out here, and yeah, this is a smaller plant, but we still got V2, and this is 1, 2, V3, V4. So the reason these will make it is because they're not going to get crowded. So I think we'll still make an ear, and we'll come back at harvest and see what the ears look like. And
not ideal, but still a high percentage of yield can be achieved with those.
Better than nothing, and better than starting right now again.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so looking at these when we were doing some thinking or just kind of discussing, we thought, how much are we going to lose yield from these being underground to coming out, and just so much variability. So at fall we'll get an ear board and take some 10 plants, 10 ears in a row and see what we got. But Cody, what do you think?
I'm gonna guess 30% yield reduction in this area, maybe less where there's 5 or 6 similar plants together.
Yeah.
But that's my guess.
What do you think, that 5 in a row, do you think that's going to be the same as the stuff that came like that big one there, or you got 5 big ones in a row?
No, I think those 5 plants that are all similar outside of maybe the ones on the edges will get pretty close to full potential.
Okay.
Shouldn't be crowded as bad.
I would give them 80-90% on that situation where I got 5 or 6 in a row maybe.
Yep.
I kind of agree with Cody where we're probably looking at, I would guess that these will fulfill 60 to 70% of their original potential.
I would agree.
It's probably where, but I can't wait. You know, we'll get the whole story.
Yeah.
Come harvest.
No, we'll see. We know that it sets the ear girth at V5, V6, so we're getting close to that, and it's had quite a bit of stress, so be good to look at.